You got this, boo. Carries foe's greasy ass.
Greasy ass though.
That just makes the sliding easier, don't worry.
Sounds delicious. Wow.
So is the stream completely up and everything?
Yeah, it's already up.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
Huh? Yeah, see, I have, like... Hey, how do you edit this up here?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, where's my mouse?
There it is.
No.
Okay. So SlayerZ and...
Yeah.
Are you just doing plus?
Yeah.
Oh. And then how... Oh.
Yeah, you just.
Who is it? Paper and Tony? Okay.
And then press save. And then you go here, press scene 2.
Plus what?
Scene 2. If you're on scene 2 and you're updating it, just go back to scene 1. You just switch between these two when you
Okay.
update it.
Okay, alright. Alright. So we finally got everything updated here. We got SlayerZ and FOW versus Paper and Tony. This is actually really interesting considering that FOW is admittedly a doubles god and SlayerZ obviously is one of the best players that we have here in SoCal, so putting the two of them together ought to prove interesting. One thing to note is FOW did not go Meta Knight, which honestly to me is a disrespect symbol. He definitely doesn't feel that he needs to go his main at this point, and it's proving true. SlayerZ remains virtually untouched, and Tony has already lost to stock. So one thing that I'm definitely expecting to see is a lot of combos outside of Peach's grabs, because FOW is definitely very aware of the very little knockback that many of her grabs have. It looks like at present what Tony and Paper are going for is maybe a jab lock or a grab into an up smash from Game & Watch, which is pretty clutch considering it kills at a very early percentage. But unfortunately, SlayerZ and FOW are just a little bit too fast for stuff like that. So FOW finally losing his first stock, but it's a 5-3 stock lead right now, so there's a 2-stock deficit. SlayerZ is able to DI the shuttle loop for Meta Knight, meaning that at this point, unless they rack up a lot of damage on FOW and make a quick 2 stocks, I don't see a potential comeback here. And unfortunately, many of Tony's kill moves against Peach are stale right now, and Tony is just not responding fast enough to SlayerZ. So Tony is already at a really high percentage. Unfortunately, at this point, I think we're going to see a potential 4-stock. One thing to note is FOW is going the distance here. He just got saved by Tony. I'm not sure what exactly he's going for other than a glorious spike maybe, but yeah. And Paper's actually notably really good for doing things like that, recognizing when to leave the small 1 versus 1 that he has. In that instance, he was playing against SlayerZ, and he ran over there to get a instant up smash. And like I mentioned, as good as that is, unfortunately, SlayerZ and FOW both cover their whoever's in front of them very well, so it doesn't really allow Paper very much opportunity to get in and get those clutch smash attacks. So I don't really... Oh, wow, he's able to get that stock, so I was wrong, definitely not a 4-stock. Admittedly, though, probably because FOW is definitely just messing around here. So SlayerZ kind of... Oh, well, there's game 1. Green Peach is a terrible, terrible thing to happen to Brawl. I don't know why they're green. I know FOW likes green. For that very reason alone, he's not worth teaming with. They're taking you back to Smashville? So we're going straight back to Smashville. And now that FOW is Meta Knight, I'm expecting SlayerZ to play a much more reserved position than he normally does. Typically, when I team with SlayerZ, him and I fluctuate back and forth between aggressive and sort of the tank that you know pulls through for the. Oh wow, we got an early kill from Tony to FOW, but honestly, it's not a big enough lead yet. But as I was mentioning, I am expecting SlayerZ to stock tank here while FOW goes in, because as aggressive as SlayerZ is, I don't think he's as aggressive as FOW, and fortunately for Meta Knight, he benefits from that sort of play. So we already got a kill from Tony. We're at eye for an eye here, and already Green Team is back in the lead in terms of percentage. SlayerZ, like I mentioned, playing that very reserved position, remains unscathed here. He has not been hit very much with only 45%, and doing very well with the follow-ups. FOW is recognizing SlayerZ's position, and SlayerZ is able to follow up on a lot of what FOW is actually doing. So you'll note that whenever SlayerZ and FOW come together, you're going to see SlayerZ is going to attempt to put space between them for two reasons. One, because the aggressive nature of FOW is kind of dangerous if you're not, on your guard. And two, SlayerZ is more than capable of handling one of these, either Tony or Paper on the other side of the stage, while he expects FOW to be able to take stocks, which is exactly what's happening. We have SlayerZ with 3 stocks, and honestly, unless Paper gets a hard read, I don't think that stock is going anywhere anytime soon. With the amount of coverage that FOW provides for SlayerZ, and SlayerZ being as amazing as he is at the game in general, he's not going to leave himself open to random smash attacks. And Meta Knight could definitely get the kill with a shuttle loop or a down smash, but it would definitely have to be very unexpected. And there's the shuttle loop I was just mentioning. Unfortunately, they are so far behind at this point, just like they were in Game 1, that a comeback at this point would require them to put a lot of damage on FOW, and for Paper, that Game & Watch, to land an up smash. Just a couple more solid hits would actually put them at that point. But with the amount of damage that Game & Watch has right now, even Peach can kill with fair. So I don't expect a comeback anytime soon. And he's got Paper on the edge here. This is a very dangerous situation for that Game & Watch, because he is the only one at kill percent right now. So a power shield, out of shield bear, or a shuttle loop will do it, and that's exactly what we got. And so now I'm just expecting what SlayerZ was going for there was a he's going for it twice now. He was going for the footstool so that FOW can lock him into a detailed, and then of course SlayerZ would be able to follow up at a later time. So I was expecting a nair. So I don't think we're going to see too much more. Yeah. And that's a quick 2-0 for FOW and SlayerZ versus Paper and Tony.